What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the auto shotgun because a lot of people are still sleeping on this weapon. Ever since the start of Chapter 3, people have been hating on this shotgun, and it's not the best, but I think it is much better than a lot of people give it credit for. If you guys do enjoy this video or find it informative, please remember to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more, and comment down below what your favorite shotgun is, or just rank the 3 shotguns that are currently in the game: the striker pump shotgun, the auto shotgun, and the drum shotgun. Rank them in the comments below based on which one you like using most to least. So I ran this poll on my YouTube channel, and I'll have the screenshot on screen right now. And as you'll see, pretty much nobody likes using the auto shotgun. It was the least voted shotgun by far in this poll, and that does somewhat make sense because it is in between the 2 shotguns. It's somewhat of a middle ground between the striker pump and the drum shotgun. It doesn't have any of like the huge strengths that either of those shotguns have. Like the striker pump hits harder, the drum shotgun shoots faster. The auto shotgun is like a mix of the 2. It hits decently hard and it shoots decently fast, but it doesn't have any of the huge drawbacks of the other as well. Since it does have a faster fire rate, it isn't quite as slow as the striker pump, and it does have a lot more consistency than the drum shotgun with a slightly less of a fire rate. So the auto shotgun is in a somewhat weird spot, but I think that's actually an advantage of it in the current meta because of how weird people play. So I don't like using the drum shotgun very much in normal Fortnite. In zero build, it's quite good, but for normal Fortnite, I don't like using the drum shotgun. But if you're ever in a situation where you make an edit play on somebody with the pump and you don't hit them hard enough, and then you try to reset the wall, they could just walk forward on you with the drum shotgun and delete you from the map, like completely. If you get into a situation where the drum shotty player can key you and your pump doesn't hit hard enough, you're probably just going to die. But with the auto shotgun, it can kind of respond to those situations a lot better than the striker pump can. And that's like the main risk of the drum shotty, is when you run into someone and you don't know that they have it. Like, I feel like that is how a majority of players are dying. At least people I see die to the drum shotty and complain about it, or people I know that die to the drum shotty and complain about it. The main thing is they try to make an edit play on them, their pump fails them, or even if it hits hard enough, it just doesn't quite get the job done. And then the drum shotty just takes over from that point on. It's one of those weapons where if you know you're playing against it, you can just kind of play into its weaknesses really well. Like, it has terrible range, doesn't have the most consistent damage, but when you're caught off guard by it and you're in a box or in a close range situation where the drum shotty excels, there's very little you can do with the pump. So I feel like the auto shotty being kind of in between the 2 makes it to where you can play against either shotgun decently well. If you're in a build fight versus a striker pump player, sure, they have more range, but you can still like play that fight just fine. The auto shotty is very decent. And if you're in an awkward fight and they have a drum shotty, you can definitely kill them with the auto shotty because of how much harder it hits. It's definitely easier for the drum shotgun player, but they have other weaknesses to play around, mainly the range and like consistency of the weapon. So I feel like if you get good with the auto shotty this season, you're kind of just able to play against both weapons because neither weapon really counters the other. Whereas like the striker pump and the drum shotty are just polar opposites. So if you're using one and fighting the other where the other is good, you're just going to lose that. But with the auto shotty, you can take pretty much every fight and you're at least going to be decent in that fight. You're never going to be like totally outmatched, even if you like the other weapons do have some advantages. So I think that's one of the main advantages of the auto shotty right now. It's just its consistency, as weird as that is to say, and like reliability regardless of what fight it is. I guess versatility would be the better way to say that. The auto shotty is just the most versatile of all of the shotguns, and it doesn't necessarily just fall apart. It's not like a rock paper scissors type thing, whereas the drum shotty and the striker pump are much more like rock paper scissors. If you get in one fight that's bad for the pump versus the drum, you're just going to lose. And then if you're using a drum shotty and like a build fight versus a pump, you're definitely not favored in that. So I think that a lot of you who have been let down by the pump this season may really like the auto shotgun. It's still at the point where like I prefer the pump, but if I have a higher rarity auto shotty, I would definitely be open to using it. Like if I have a green pump and a blue auto shotty, I might take the blue auto shotty. And if I have a purple or gold auto shotty, I would definitely consider taking it. Whereas before this season, I was pretty much taking a pump no matter what. Just the addition of the drum shotty really changes things up, and it makes that versatility of the auto shotgun, I feel like, matter a lot more because we have a shotgun that's on the other end of the spectrum and like extreme, like close range spray weapon, you know? And just with how W key centric the meta is this season, this chapter, like people always want to get in on you and just pressure you so much. And the auto shotty is way better at dealing with that type of fight than the striker pump is. But like I said, I still prefer the striker pump in builds. I still prefer the drum shoddy in no builds. But there's definitely some situations where the auto shoddy can be good. And if you're someone who finds themselves not really enjoying either of those shotguns, and I have seen people like ask me that, like, I hate all of these shotguns, what should I be using? You might want to try the auto shoddy because it's somewhat of a hybrid of the two shotguns. It doesn't have either of the extreme strengths, but it also doesn't have either of the extreme weaknesses that either shoddy has. So it is in a somewhat nice ground in the current meta, I think. And I just think a lot of people have to like reconsider their expectations when it comes to the auto shotgun, because it was nerfed over the course of Chapter 3 Season 1, but a lot of people's expectations of the weapon didn't really change. Like, they used the weapon really early on in Chapter 3 Season 1, and it wasn't good. Neither shotgun was good at the start of Chapter 3 Season 1, but it was terrible, right? And it did get buffed and like refined over the course of Chapter 3 Season 1, and it did become a better weapon, but a lot of people's initial expectations are still what kind of like is the most relevant in their mind, or the most like recent. They still like base it off that initial version of the weapon when it has been buffed and gotten a lot better. I've been able to convince some of my friends to try this weapon while we were playing, and all of them have thought that the weapon was buffed massively this season. I don't think that was the case. I think it's just that they never really changed their expectations from the previous buffs. So if you haven't really used the auto shotgun and given it a fair chance in a while, definitely think you should, because it was buffed over the course of Chapter 3 Season 1, and I do think it fits into the current meta in Chapter 3 Season 2 a lot better than it did in Chapter 3 Season 1. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. Try the auto shotgun. Like I said, that poll just showed that pretty much no one uses this weapon, and I feel like a lot of people just write it off from the get-go because it feels like a worse tack, and like that just doesn't feel very good. But the weapon does have some uses in Chapter 3 Season 2, and I think it could definitely be a decent weapon for a lot of players to use. So try it out. Let me know what you think of the shotguns down below. Rank them. Also, when you do rank the shotguns, let me know which game mode you play. I feel like that would be extremely relevant, because the higher fire rate shotguns are definitely a lot more desired in the 0 build mode, and I feel like kind of the opposite is true in builds for a lot of players. So comment that down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.
And that is
Got the kill.
Nice.
The other ones are like chilling on the mountain. My
where
shit.
the other ones go.
They're like on this mountain. Bro, how long have I been muted? I'm pissed. I broke shield on the renegade up there.
What
31
the?
white twice. On the superior. He's one shot.
Looks like a job for Jack. Impulsive.
Knocked one.
Let me out! I got claustrophobic.
Bro, all my guns need to be reloaded. It's so stressful.
A big pop for each one of us.
Can't fit here.
Oh, Sammy snatched that.
Fighting behind us.
My bad.
No, you're good. I thought I was getting it and I didn't. You were faster.
Right here.
Broke shot on
Back
soccer,
loaded.
knocked.
Nice.
27. I'm gonna spray his wall. Oh, he put armored up.
So don't connect. Actually, yeah, you can connect. That's fine. It's connected. Hell at the bottom.
Oh.
I was gonna shoot them out, but it would have just been too difficult.
Rebooted and
They're full boxed in.
No, they're not on this side.
Either.
Got the wall.
nice.
Now they might be. No, this wall's not. Nice.
Nice.
Rebooted somewhere as well?
Yeah, someone splashes? Or I'm the only one that splashes?
I have some. I'm splash too.
It's 3v3.
Oh, nice. It's a reboot.
Yeah.
Guys, they're gonna have nothing, hopefully.
I don't know where they rebooted though. Did they reboot Joneses?
I have no idea. I'm looking for him right now. Oh,
Yeah,
Jones
they
is?
did. They were rebooting.
Yeah,
after we
tree
started
just broke over
2019.
here.
Nice.
I
Yeah,
think
I
I'm
see
gonna
one.
go up
Oh
on the
shit.
walls.
I don't think they have mats either, right here.
All right.
I'm pushing this guy right next to me. He's cracked.
Bring him for you.
Downed.
Nice. The other one's right here. I'm spraying him too. Ow.
I broke that guy's shield, Young.
No, I have to be reloaded. Right here. Cracked him, Jack. Nice.
Nice.
That's great.
GG's.
W.